Today, we're going to look at how to use a map legend in interpreting our maps. Our objective is that the students will be able to read and construct maps, tables, graphs, and/or charts. First, what is a map legend? A map legend shows symbols that are used on a map, and it explains all of their meanings. A legend can also be called a map key. So on some maps, you'll see that it's labeled a legend, and on others, you'll see that it's labeled a key. But just remember that they are the same thing. Lastly, think of a map legend as a dictionary. It just simply gives us definitions and meanings to the symbols that we see on our map. A map legend looks something like this. It's titled Legend, so we can always know that we're looking at a legend that way. But a couple of other ways for us to know that we're looking at a map legend are as follows. Firstly, we see that it's kind of a box by itself. Another thing that we can see is that we have symbols on the left, and then we have their meaning or definition to the right of them. This allows us to understand what's on our map and allows us to see where things are located for future reference. Here are the steps in using a map legend. The first thing we want to do is when looking at a map, we want to look for a box in one of the corners. To the left, we see our cardinal directions. These are not our legend. However, to the right, we see a box. This box is labeled a map key, and this indicates that we are looking at a legend. But another thing we need to check is we need to make sure that the box is filled with pictures or symbols. This box is filled indeed with symbols. Another thing we need to make sure of is we need to check that to the side of each picture there's a label telling what each thing means. So, for instance, the red squiggly line indicates a road, or a star indicates police, or a triangle indicates mountains. These are all ways for us to know what we're looking at on our map. The last thing we need to do is once we know what each picture means, we can look at the map and identify areas where each symbol is located. So let's look to see where we can find cities. So if we look on our map key or our map legend, a city is indicated by a circle. So now we must look over to our map and find everywhere that there's a circle. There's a circle here, a circle here, and a circle here. What we know now that we've looked at our legend is that each of these areas indicates a city. This is how we use our legend.